One of the things I love about this film is the vulnerability, but also the lessons we can learn from animals. I mean, I feel like animals just teach us so much in life, and I feel like in storytelling, they're so pivotal to what characters end up doing. I mean, I look at Us, for example. The rabbits were such a pivotal part of that storyline. Animals really are a huge storytelling part. For you as an actor, what do you find animals to do in terms of storytelling for you as an actor and kind of their vulnerability, what they teach you?
I mean, I think animals, there's an honesty to animals that is undeniable. Like in A Quiet Place Day One with the cat, whenever the cat is on set and on screen, he's kind of stealing the show, because he's the most natural thing. And so when you have a movie like this, The Wild Robot, where we're leaning into the laws of nature, it gives us just a level of honesty. I love that they didn't shy away from the fact that, nature is brutal. You're eat or be eaten. And it uses that truth to tell a very compelling story about compassion and kindness.
I agree, and I do wonder the lessons that you learn from the movies that you make as you move forward in your life after each project. Do you find your perspective changing on the way you see the world? I mean, I would imagine you do, but like what did this film change in your daily perspective of the way you walk through life?
Well, gave me a deep appreciation for my mother, for sure. And really recognizing, as a child, you take your parents' love and attention for granted a lot of the time. And for me, for example, I left Kenya at 16. My parents sent me to Mexico to learn Spanish. And at the time, I didn't realize what courage it took on their part to do that. They had to really trust in the tools they gave me in raising me to trust that I would go out there and be okay by myself. So when I was recording this, I called my mom and said, first of all, y'all are crazy, but also thank you so much for having that faith in yourselves and the courage to let me go, even though you love me so much and want to keep me safe.
Wow, that's really beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. I love that the film could unlock that for you. It's really interesting. I feel like people don't realize how physical voice acting is. I feel like a lot of people think an actor goes into a booth and they're just chilling and giving their lines. There's a physicality to the way you have to do it. Even with creating a character like this and the robotic nature of the character. Can you talk about some of the physical aspects of the way maybe you had to move to kind of create that feeling and that we are feeling your voice come through the character?
Well, for this one, she goes through such an incredible arc as a character. Her identity really changes through the narrative. And so I started off with this kind of factory settings, very positive, optimistic, a relentlessly optimistic voice. And it's very different from my own register. In fact, in the process of doing it, I actually injured my vocal cords and had to remain silent for 3 months during the process. So it is very physical. And then as she adapts to the island, she begins to take on the behaviors and speech patterns and just like tones, textural tones that make her sound more well-rounded by the end and closer to my own personality, my own voice.